welcome back to a new video. Today I am working in my new journal. You may well have seen me made this one recently. It's a very old vintage one and I created this page the other day. I'm now going to the back of my journal. Which page did I pick out? I picked out this one and I'm actually going to be working on a challenge. Now you're more than welcome to join in on this challenge. I'm actually doing a Zoom tonight, a Crafty Zoom from my Patreon community to celebrate my business's 10th birthday, which is very exciting. And so we're doing some fun things on the Zoom tonight, one of which is a challenge that I've set. It's a recipe challenge, and basically a recipe challenge is a few things listed that you have to include on your page. Other pieces can be included as well, but these are a must. So we've got something old. So I thought I would go through my something old is an old used envelope. So I'm going to use that. Something teal, I have got a little, what do you call it? Tab top that I created. I've also got some trimming here as well. Trimming is the next thing on the list. I've got a couple of pieces of trimming here. Clouds, I have picked up some old planner paper here and I've got a cloud there and I've also got clouds underneath. And then something food related, and that is my photos, and I'm going to do an ice cream page. And I've also got, I might include this as well, I've got a little stamp on my desk as well. So yeah, so that's what I am going to be doing today. So if you want to join in, I would love you to. And if you do, please tag me in, like if you share on Instagram or Facebook, something like that, so I can see, because it would be really, really lovely. And I'm looking forward, part of the, like I said, part of the challenge that we're doing tonight during the Zoom, everyone will be doing this recipe as well. Oh, and I've also got these little clouds that I've created as well. So they're teal and clouds. So I found a couple of other pieces out. So I am going to put these together, and that's what I'm going to be creating on with tonight. I really hope you enjoy this video. And like I said, I'd like to know if you end up using this recipe challenge too. I've always loved a challenge. I find that they really help me create, and I think that's why I wanted to speak more about them today, because there's so many ways to challenge yourself. The recipe challenge is just one kind of challenge, and you can easily set yourself a challenge by maybe just thinking of 5 things. Could be something like a non-scrapbooky item. So this could be something like a piece of junk. Could be a cupcake case, obviously a clean one. Do you know what I mean? Just bits and pieces that you find around your house. A receipt, piece of fabric, something like that. Then it could be like alphabet stickers. Could be something teal. Could be buttons. You just name a whole load of random things and you have to include those on your page, which is what we're doing today. But then there's other types of journals as well. You could find a sketch. You know how much I love a sketch, and I quite often use those as well. If you haven't got any yourself, if you don't want to make one yourself, pop onto Pinterest and Google scrapbooking sketches, and you'll easily find one that way. Another favourite sketch of mine is a colour combination. You pick maybe 3 or 4 colours, and you have to create your page around those colours. So in this instance, look at the beautiful illustration. We could say blue, green with a pop of brown and orange, and that would be those colours there. And then you just go through your stash, pick out those colours, and you create a page based on those colours. I find that a really, really good one. I always used to love colour combo challenges. For me, I think it's eliminating a lot of things. I find sometimes when you create, there's just too much choice. So by doing a challenge, you just have then a few items on your desk, and it takes away all the procrastination because you've got those pieces on your desk and you just create with those. And I find it so much easier. Limiting the choice is definitely easier. It goes back to like when you have kids, and sometimes they don't play with anything because there's just too much choice. It's too overwhelming. They have too many toys. Give your child just a couple of toys out on a rug and they'll play with them. And I think this is exactly the same. I think this is what also got my love for kits. I had scrapbooking kits for years and years before I created my own Happy Mail box.
and I've always enjoyed just having a box with a few items in on my desk, and that's what I create with. And that's why I love creating my own kits now, because I feel it does exactly the same thing. You just have a box with a few items in, and then you can create quite a few pages from these, and it just makes life so much easier. If you haven't seen my monthly kits, by the way, I'll link them down below. If you really love creative journaling, junk journaling, take a look at them. They're really, really cool, and I love creating with them. Today is all about the junk though. Like I said, I'm doing a recipe challenge. I have torn this to-do list, this planner page. It's one from years ago that I haven't used, and I've actually taken the top off, taken the daily to-do off, and popped that on it. So I'm layering that up. Clouds was one of the things on this challenge, and this paper here has clouds. As you can see, I did a class this month creating cloud backgrounds, and this was one of the clouds I had left over. So I had a box of these, or a little pot of these, so I'm popping that on as well. And this page is about some ice creams that we've had at Disney's Boardwalk. This particular one, this strawberry shortcake, is my absolute favourite. It's almost like, it's more of a trifle. You've got the sponge soaked with all the strawberries, the strawberry juices, the jelly and all that kind of thing. I don't know if there's jelly in there actually. But it's like more your strawberry pie filling. Rather than fresh strawberries. And then you've got some vanilla ice cream, you've got whipped cream on top of all the sponge and the strawberries, and then sprinkles and a cherry on the top. It's so delicious and so reasonably priced. It's huge. I think it may have reached $7 now, maybe $6 something, and with taxes $7, something like that. But for the price of the size of it, it's a really good value sundae. And I'm not really an ice creamy person, so this is just perfect for me. I love it with this cake sponge and the strawberries. It's so delicious. So yeah, I've got my clouds there, and I'm just popping on some blue. I've got some arrows here. I'm just layering some things up, but I'd love to know if you have tried a challenge and if it's worked for you. If it's something now you haven't done but you're considering, I'd really love to know that as well. They are really fun to do. Color combinations, actually, a good way to do one of these is to again pop onto Pinterest and search for color combinations or color palettes. That's a really good one, and you'll get some really good ideas come up. You'll get some like professionally made color palettes. You could even put in some color suggestions like summer palette, spring color palette, and then you could do your challenges around those, and that would really work. I've got some little journal blocks here. I made these for my kits a long time ago, and I had some left over, so I'm going to pop those here. Trying to kind of think of ideas where I can just pop in a few little bits of journaling. This will work really well, and then I can just journal along the side, because I am quite bad at creating a lovely page and then forgetting about the journaling. So I try and be really aware of where the journaling is going to go. So I'm doing that here. I love splitting something in half like I've done here, as you can see, because then you've got the two pieces, which works really well. I'm actually on a Zoom today. It's my business's birthday, 10th anniversary birthday, and we're having a celebratory Zoom party, so I'm hosting that. Usually the Patreon Zooms are just for Patreon, but occasionally I'll open it up to my whole community, whether or not you're a member. Membership starts at just £2 a month, by the way, if you did want to start, and that includes the 2 monthly Zooms. So I'm just so you're aware of that, and the links are below. So I wanted to create the little cake stamps here. So I've stamped some more of those onto the to-do list that I've got over, and I'm going to include those here. They look quite cute. Again, really handy to keep things like old to-do lists and things, because as you can see here, I'm not using the list. I'm actually just using the background print to do some stamping on, which has worked quite well. So keep that in mind if ever you've got any lists, to-do lists, anything like that left over. Don't just think of them as a list, but they can also be used as a background if you are stamping, which is quite handy. I wanted to create, we have some trimming on the list, so I'm going to use a little bit of trimming. This was kindly sent to me in some happy mail by a lovely friend, so I'm going to pop this on here. The colour matches that illustration and the cloud on the planner list there so well. It's just really, really pretty. And for ease, I'm just going to use my stapler to pop it on. It's the easiest way, especially I find when it's something with holes, like a little bit of lace. If you use any type of glue, it does seep through a little bit. So the stapler is by far the easiest. And I created these tab tops ages and ages and ages ago, and I did these as a download, so I'm just going to pop that on the side. The colours go really, really well, and it looks quite a pretty way to finish that off. Again, I do downloads, a couple of downloads a month for Patreons as well, again from the £2 tier, so yeah, that's also included. I've got this month's embellishment postcard for my kit, so I'm just going to pop that up. I've bought in some pink, as you can see on the page, which I think looks really, really pretty. So I'm just going to cut up this embellishment postcard, and this will also give me a few little points for journaling. I do quite like keeping my journaling short and sweet. It really helps with the overwhelm. Sometimes you can have too much space for journaling, and then you just have that mental block of, wow, I've got to fill that now. So having little bits and pieces, I find, just makes it easier, because you can just add a couple of sentences here and there, and it just makes the journaling a lot easier. And again, I've torn this piece in half, as you can see, so I'm just going to pop it over. I find that looks really, really cute, and it just kind of brings things together, because you've got pieces that match, and then just by popping them on over different parts of the page, it just kind of brings it all together, which I really, really like. I've decided I don't really want anything on the illustration to cover it up. It's so cute. It reminds me of Yogi Bear, actually. What was Yogi's girlfriend called? Boo Boo. Yes, it's almost like child versions of Yogi and Boo Boo, isn't it? Anyone else remember Yogi Bear? I loved that. My sister and myself used to watch it so much. We used to love, I'm going off topic here, we used to love the Yogi Bear's Christmas Vacation. It was one of our favourite Christmas movies. Really, really cute. I'm using up some washi tape here. This was sent in some happy mail on the envelope, so I'm going to take that off. I was realising that if I'm bringing some pink in, I need a decent amount of pink with green to pull the pages together. So I'm just going to pop this on here. It's so pretty. Who would want to waste this washi? It's beautiful, isn't it? Just goes to show, when you're junk journaling, all the different things you can use. And if you've got some happy mail, if someone sent you something with a little bit of washi, always keep it. It's very valuable, and it's nice to have something a little bit different, because when you get sent things like this, it's not stuff from your usual stash. Sometimes you can get a bit bored of your own stuff, especially if you've got your favourite things that you keep going back to use. So something like this is really, really good to keep. I was just trying to figure out where I wanted to put these. I've decided to pop it underneath the little journal spot there and add it to the side of the page, which I think looks quite cute. And I love the fact that it's got the greenery on there as well. I find this, actually, it's quite thought-provoking, and actually I might start popping things like washi tape on envelopes more when I'm sending out happy mail as well, because I've really, really enjoyed this. It's a nice way to share. This page is coming together really nicely now. I'm really pleased with how this is coming together. It looks really, really pretty. I'm wanting to add a few little embellishments now. I had these flowers in my stash. These were from a few leftovers from kits, goodness knows how many years ago. And I just thought these were so pretty, and it's nice to add a little bit of texture as well. I really enjoy adding texture to my pages. Sometimes texture can be quite bumpy and really add a lot of depth. These were really tiny though, so they were perfect, and the colours just really, really went well. So I was really pleased to find these in my stash. I'd completely forgotten about them, actually. I'd really sort of delved deep. These stickers, again, they are so, so old, from old kits, maybe even in my first year, which is quite nice. I didn't think about it at the time, but actually I've got so much stash here from years ago, from kits, goodness knows how many years. So I'm celebrating my 10-year anniversary, my business anniversary tonight on this vlog, on this video. And actually I've pulled bits from kits from over the years, and I hadn't even realised that until now. Got some old word stickers here. Yeah, I'm really loving how this is coming together now. These stickers aren't from old kits. These are just, I think these were from one of the Carpe Diem from Simple Stories. I think these were from a sticker pack, which I was going through my sticker book of various stickers to add. This is a good way to add some colour actually. Go through some old stickers. I try and keep all of mine together. So if I'm looking for stickers, I have the same place to always go back to, which really helps. And I'm just going to use these for layers actually. As you can see, I've got a whole load of stickers on my desk, and I just wanted to bring some colours in and just to add a little bit of interest here and there. The page is actually nearly done. It's come together really quickly. And I do find using a challenge does that for me. It really speeds up a page process. So as I said before, if you haven't tried a challenge, give it a go, because it really helps me and really does speed up the journaling process or scrapbooking process or whatever you're creating. I've even used them for making cards before. They're just really fun. So I'm excited now. Maybe we should do these more often. I said that in my Patreon group actually this evening, because a lot of people really enjoyed the challenge, and I did say maybe we should do them once a week. We do have prompts, which I guess are kind of in the same kind of way. I like to do a prompt, like a little challenge each week. So maybe we need to do a few more of these kind of like challenges as well. And I love it as well when we all create together, and then everyone has the same kind of like challenge or the same recipe or color combination, and then I love seeing at the end what everyone else has created. So actually maybe we should start doing that more often. Yes, I think we will. I think I might introduce that onto Patreon, because that's something that I really enjoy doing. And like I said, a few of the others had asked to do this, so I think yes, I need to bring them back in again, because it definitely helps me. So I'm sure it will help others too. Let me know if you love that idea of having a weekly challenge.
So I finished off the journaling. I've actually ended up using that space there. I did the little spots, but I wanted to tell a little bit more of the story. So I've just done some rough journaling lines there and journaled there, which I'm really happy with. I felt again that I've done this before, walk away and then you think, I don't know, it just doesn't feel quite right, and adding the journaling just makes the page feel completely finished to me. So I really recommend you to, if ever you are struggling, walk away. I know I always say that, walk away and come back, because it really helps when you come back with a clear mind. I really hope you've enjoyed this today. I hope it's maybe given you some ideas on how to challenge yourself, and different ways to maybe even get yourself excited, different ways to maybe keep on top of things, use your supplies. And I find as well, like by doing these kind of challenges, you delve into your supplies in a different way, and you kind of find things out that maybe you wouldn't have found. You find different colours, you find different bits and pieces depending on what the challenge is. It's a really good way to use up what you've got. So thank you very much for watching this. Let me know if you'd like to be involved with any of the challenges, and if you think we need to do them more often. And if you do love a challenge, what is your favourite kind to work with? Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.